Well, happy Friday, gang. Hope you're all well. I'm looking forward to the weekend. Weather's a bit mixed, but it's no excuses. Just a quick one today. I want to do a video on dietary accountability. Now, for me, this is a biggie. It really is. I've worked in this industry for 25 years, so how can I put it nicely? I've understood when your clients turn up day in, day out, week in, week out, month in, month out, that they just don't want that level of accountability to why the numbers are not moving on the scales, or why they're not feeling more energetic, or why their body fat's not coming down. It comes down to some very basic accountability, guys. We are extremely accountable in most parts of our life, okay? There's a story I'm going to attach to this now, which is going to come down to these things. The weighing scales. Now, they've received more discrimination over the last 5-10 years than probably someone like myself who's unvaccinated during COVID, okay? The scandemic. Now, these weighing scales, for some bizarre reason, have taken the brunt of people. 80% of our population now having a weight problem, and probably close to 40-50% being obese, whatever the latest stats are. And it's not the weighing scales' fault, but we've gone to this route of, they've affected my journey, they're affecting my mental health. These are nothing more than a tool. If you're someone who your goal is weight loss and you want to monitor if that's actually happening, then you need a tool to monitor it, which will be a weighing scale. And I know what you're going to say. It's all about how you feel, how your clothes fit. 100%. I'm for the holistic, changing your lifestyle habits approach. Everyone knows that. Everyone who comes through my doors know that. Everyone who speaks to me know that. I don't get on these things from year to year because my goal isn't weight loss. But if I did get on them, I treat them like an online banking app. So when I go on my online banking app and I'm 20 grand overdrawn and I want to know why, and I'm not going to blame the bank manager, because he's going to say, Mr. Tyrrell, you spent 10 grand in London shopping. You spent 10 grand on 2 flights to New York. This is not my issue. When you're overweight, it's not their issue. They didn't force you to drink the bottle of wine every night. They didn't force you to go into McDonald's and Chinese's and consume huge amounts of ultra-processed food. They didn't force your poor calorie control. Get accountable, gang. It's not the weighing scales. And it's paid me in the last couple of years. So again, you know, people are looking for so many outlets. If you're someone who, when you get on these scales, you don't like what they tell you, then don't get on the fucking things. But I'm telling you what they are going to do. They've been abused, and they've been called the biggest liar on the planet, but they're only going to give you an honest stat, guys. We all, as fitness professionals, Monday's a funny day in here, and Tuesday, and every PT will have a chuckle, because you get your clients coming in and they'll get on your scales and 6 pound up. I don't believe it. I haven't eaten all weekend. I've only had 3 glasses of water. I did sniff a celery stick, and I just don't get it. Well, I always say, well, look, I'll keep an eye on the news, because, you know, it looks like you've eaten a baby. So there's a baby missing somewhere. But on a serious note, that's what you're dealing with. And I'm fine with that, by the way. I love my clients to bits. I know what they're going to come in and do on Monday and Tuesday, and I like to have a bit of banter with it. But I have had people in tears because of what them scales say. Now, what you could find, maybe 1 or 2 weeks that these things might not be, you know, you're getting your system moving, maybe you're not quite on the point with your calorie counting, but I guarantee if these scales aren't moving, you bring back the 3 areas. Are you moving enough? Are your calories under control, and the quality of your calories, okay? That's what it'll predominantly come back down to. There'll be a bit more to it than that, but if you want to strip it back to basics, move more, eat less, eat better, is predominantly a basic statement that I would always say for someone. But what my message is in here is accountability, guys. You know, as humans, we're purpose driven, okay? And, you know, in the health industry, that progress, you know, that purpose will come from achieving your goals. So if you want to achieve your goals in the world of weight loss, then the scales are a good tool to help you do that. And they will be honest with you, you know? So, you know, it's when it comes to accountability, it generally is looking internal. It's sitting there saying, right, what am I doing right? What am I doing wrong? Let me give you an example of that. Between now and Monday morning, as you all know, I'm not going to be terrible with my dietary habits and my fitness habits, but my calories will go up. The quality of my calories will drift. My movement will come down, because when I'm in work all day and I'm bouncing around, I've got clients in, I'm working, if I got a gap, I'm earthing down the beach, Obviously, between Friday and Monday morning, that's not happening. So my movement will go down slightly, my calories will go up. So for me to jump on them scales today and jump on Monday, why would I do it? It's only going to tell me one thing, that I already know, that my habits over the weekend are not going to be as good as they are Monday to Friday. That's fine. So, but what I'm not going to do is get on Monday and blame them things. I'm never going to blame them things. These are a man-made product made of plastic, metal, whatever else they're made of. They're not the reason for your weight problems or your body fat issues. They're not. And if you want to blame them for your psychological trauma for getting on them, they don't get on them. That's a bizarre theory. So this all comes down to, guys, some basic accountability. And it's about implementing some solid consistency with your dietary habits, with your training habits. And remember the basics of consistency. Consistency is doing what you promised to do when you said you do it. Does that make sense? Let me read it out again. Consistency is doing what you promised to do when you said you do it. I didn't tell you to do it. Your friend didn't tell you to do it. Your loved one didn't tell you to do it. You said you do it. That's consistency. That's consistency in a nutshell. So, going back to the accountability, guys, own it. Own every aspect of where you are currently with your physical, mental and emotional health. Own it all. And once you're going to own it and get accountable to it, you've got a chance of moving forward. Because if you can't own it, you can't move forward. That's always the first step. And for God's sake, stop blaming these for your health problems and your weight problems and your body fat problems. They're just like an online banking app. They're just going to tell you a number. If you don't like them, don't buy them, don't get on them. As I always say, guys, it's Friday. Bob and weave, keep on your toes and give it some gun. Stay accountable.